All right, folks, welcome back for another episode. I wanted to welcome my next guest. He's a gritty New York MC, best known for his raw and clever streetwise delivery that carved him a place in hip hop history. He emerged in the 1990s. He made an impact with his unmistakable sound and commanding presence on the microphone, capturing the essence of East Coast rap's golden era. His albums delivered hard-hitting beats and razor-sharp rhymes, earning him respect among fans and peers alike. His authenticity, rugged style, and dedication to true school hip hop continue to influence and inspire, solidifying his reputation as one of New York's most distinct and unforgettable voices in rap. Classic albums in my book. I wanted to welcome the
Nice.
legendary MC9 to the show. Thank you for
Yo,
making
what
time
up? What
to chat.
up? Yes, sir. What's good?
Man, as I was telling you before we started this interview, your music shaped me as a young child, and so I just that beat when "What You Want" hits, it just goes bananas in the house when I hear
Right.
it. So I love everything that
That's
you
dope for
do.
me to hear, especially from people younger than me, like they say, how it helped them get through certain things or just their childhood. Because I remember me being in high school and the records that was coming, like it was fresh. Hip hop was fresh when I was in school. So, but it
Yeah,
wasn't even on records yet. You know what I mean? It was just starting to get on records, like Treacherous 3, Fearless 4 was a big deal. Like, you know what I mean? So I know what it feel like. Is those records. When I see Kaz, I tell him all the time how he got me through.
yeah.
You know,
How old were you when the Nine Lives album dropped?
I think I was 24,
Man, that's
25, 24.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
It's
I was
almost 30. It's almost 30 years ago. So yeah, I was 24. I'll be 56. Yeah, it was like 24.
And it's crazy. I mean, you had no idea at the time that you would produce one of the most classic hip hop albums of all time. I just, how,
That ain't true. I knew because I had no choice. I had been chasing 10 years prior to that. So
yeah.
I've been around like top dudes. I was fortunate enough the area in the Bronx that I grew up, I came from Webster Projects in the South Bronx. But when I moved to the Northeast Bronx, when hip hop really started exploding,
Yeah.
I ended up being in a little rap group. And
Yeah.
one of the members, my partner, he lived next door to who we know now as Chuck Chillout.
Oh, dang. And,
Down the street, down the street from him was Pumpkin, rest in peace, Errol
oh,
Pumpkin
yeah.
Bedford, the king of the beats.
Yeah. Rest in
The
peace.
man who made I watched him, we watched him, we stood outside his garage while he played Love Rap
Ah,
with headphones. We watched him make that record with Spoonie G. I saw it. I was at the studio when Fearless 4 did Problems of the World Today. I was there. I was a little kid. He was like, yo, but I always was rapping. Matter of fact, he took me to DLB's house, and DLB taught me how to count bars when I was 14.
oh, how did you learn? Do you do the 1, 2, 3, 1?
Like he was, I would just write I kept we was bugging Pumpkin. We was rapping his ear, and he knew my partner since he was a little kid. So he
Yeah.
started seeing something there with the rhyming. He was like, let me take you somewhere. He said, you gotta shorten it up. I need the 8 bars. So give me 8. I was like, what's that?
Ah,
So, he took me there and DLB taught me the 4 count and
yeah.
everything. And then he showed me how to write a chorus, what he called the crux. He's like, this is the chorus, like problems. Like he did that in front of me before the song.
Holy cow. That's
And he
history.
did that for Pumpkins. Pumpkin played all their beats. So if they bought a little young, back then, if you bought somebody young that they thought had potential,
Yeah.
they would encourage it.
Oh
They
my
was
God.
like the OGs back then would encourage it. Like, yeah, yeah, keep if you wasn't good, they tell you suck, stop.
Yeah. Nice.
But
So they,
so
they
I've been around, man.
definitely,
And then Andre Harrell, rest in peace. Dr. Jekyll was my manager when I was like 16.
oh my God.
I was
Wow.
there
That
before.
young.
I was there before. Yeah, man. We was like maybe
Wow.
17 by that time when they album because my DJ was Galaxy and he left. We told him to, and he joined Jekyll and Hyde and became their DJ. So
Oh
we thought
wow.
any way to get in, we was like, now you down with them now to get us in. And it got me around
Yeah.
like a lot of celebrities. So I was
Yep.
able to see, and back then they were celebrities. They weren't rich,
I bet.
but their presence, just
Yeah.
looking at them, knowing where they come from the street, and you making records we thought was impossible, like Earth, Wind, and Fire was
Yeah.
doing it. Ohio Plague. We were watching musicians and groups, and then to see guys who came from the block we came from.
Yeah.
or the streets we came from.
That's a good point because you didn't have social media where you could see him all the time or talk to him. So it was just like you would hear about him, and then when you see him on person, you're like,
And
dang.
I lived around all of them. We used to see Ricky D, who y'all know as
Oh,
Slick Rick, but
man.
he was
Oh.
Ricky D. He was doing Lottie Dottie in the Valley Park in 81,
Ah,
82.
damn.
Him and Dougie. And we would see him in the streets or something, be like, yo, that's him.
Yeah.
Like you pointed at him, be like, don't look, don't look.
Yeah.
And, because Rick was a real quiet dude. He walk around. Rick was a dangerous dude too back then. People
Oh,
don't
man.
know. Rick was dangerous. Yeah, he ain't had no eye patch, so he had one gray eye that was just going crazy.
Oh,
If he
dang. I
gave
didn't
you
know
that
that.
look, it'd be like if he gave you that look, it'd be like, oh shit, he's looking. Like,
Uh,
what I mean? He was a well-respected street dude.
yeah. Oh,
Real
wow,
quiet, but
man.
he was a street dude. But that was Rick, Slick Rick. We saw him
Yeah.
walking into the pizza shop, but we never would approach. He was taught to respect, respect their space or whatever, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? If
Yeah.
he said what's up to you, if you say, hey man, you Ricky, like, we knew who he
Like,
was.
yeah,
If he
yeah.
said what's up, like what's up, yo, yeah, oh shit, yo, nigga Rick said what up.
Oh,
You
man.
know what I
And
mean?
he's still killing it today. Holy
It
cow.
just shows the love, the adoration and love is
Yeah.
different. It
That's right.
wasn't about money and fame. It was just you're doing the craft, and this craft is new, and it's
Yeah.
in capture. It just captures you. Like the
Yeah.
first time I saw hip hop, I was 11 years old. I'm looking out my window, and
Yeah.
I told my grandmother, I said, somebody's outside with their record player.
Yeah. And
Because it
just
was a record player to me. I'm 11 or 9. I'm looking out the window. I'm like,
all
and
around
I'm
you.
seeing dudes spinning on their back and all kinds of crazy shit. And there was no real raps, but there was a microphone, and the dude would be like, one, two, two, two with the echo chamber. You don't stop, 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 stop. Keep on, all night long. We sit in the window stuck. I couldn't leave the window. I was just stuck watching this shit. Then I got to, the older dudes back then is another thing. They looked out for us. So they'll come to your house, and your grandmother or my mother would be like, he could go to the park with you. Make sure he's back here by 8 or 9. Like, and they would
Yeah.
take us to the park jams and
Yeah.
tell us, stand right
Had the
here, don't
curfew.
move. Don't move. And we just stand there like in awe of what we were seeing. Hip hop took the Bronx by storm. Once
Oh
it
my God.
once we saw it,
Yeah.
that was it. Every day, that's all you thought about. That's all you
Yeah.
cared about. Everybody was writing little rhymes. Like that's it. It just took over the world, our world, our reality. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So in my book, you have one of the coolest voices in hip hop, the most
Thank you, brother.
distinct. And so I know when I was rhyming, I didn't really like my voice, when I first heard it until I developed
Mhm.
it. But what about you? Did you always like the way you sounded? And
Well, as you can tell, I have the resonation in there,
I
but I
love it.
wasn't really I wasn't really rapping like that. I was more on some yo yo from what I heard. So I was light,
Oh,
you know what I
right.
mean.
Yeah.
And I ran into a little trouble once, and I was in Orange County State Pen,
Okay.
hot little minute, and we used to be in there, rhyming. Like I said, hip hop's everywhere. Somebody
Yeah.
banging on the wall. And you start rhyming. So there was this Jamaican kid that was locked up with his man, grown ass man,
Yeah.
dreads. I ain't know him. And I used to sing this song that the Jamaican artist has called Operation Eradication. And I used to walk around Operation Eradication,
Oh,
them have to run when eradication come. And then I would rap and be like, hey yo, my name is baby. And one day he said to me, how come you don't how come don't do your Yankee rap with the eradication sound?
oh
I said,
man.
what are you talking about? He said, when you do your Yankee rap, you be like, He said, but when you sing the eradication, you're like, I run. He said, yo, so rapping your Yankee voice like that. And he walked away. I never saw this man again in my life.
Mission in life.
6 months later, I'm in the studio with Flex, and we doing a song called Real Street Nigga at Jazzy J Studio. And I'm like, I'm a
Oh
real street
man.
nigga straight out the Bronx. They was all like, oh my God, your voice. They was like, yo, your voice. It was a demo we did at Jazzy J Studio.
It's the best.
And that was it. Once we did that, because back then you had to have a sound, something to make
Yeah.
yourself original. It wasn't like it is now. You could have the hottest rhymes and all. If you sounded like someone else, a record company would look at you and go, sounds like so and so. If you got that far enough for them to
Yeah.
even hear it.
Good
But we used
point.
to drop our tapes in a box and leave.
Oh, dang, dang, and not know if you'll hear back from them, huh?
If you got a phone call, you put your number on it, drop, you have to make a bunch of them and just go to every record company and drop it off.
Yeah,
And 9 times out of 10, you would never hear it back, but you had a, that's the only way. It
yeah.
was the only way.
I had to be at least 14 or 15 when I first heard your song, and I was living in Japan. So
Okay.
I mean, at 20 years old, your music touching Japan, that's
That's
crazy.
crazy. I heard a lot from there too. And Japan's one of my favorite places. So,
Yeah. Oh man. So
you know what I mean? Really.
I had
You
never
know,
heard
really the culture,
any.
the whole thing.
Have you gotten a chance to perform out there? Oh man, I think they
I
would.
went once. I
How was
told you a
that?
long time. It was crazy. I was shocked
Yeah.
how
Japanese
much
fans, I mean, they
niggas was
love hip
into it for
hop.
real. After a while, it just became even the people who couldn't speak English, but they were
Yeah.
saying the words to the record. They knew the words.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, this is nuts. You know what I
Oh,
mean? It was, and I didn't go. I was supposed to go there with ODB one
oh
time, but
damn.
he did something, and it ended up getting. She got canceled the second time I was
Oh
supposed to go.
man.
I don't, he was a wild dude, man. Rest in peace, A son. He
Yeah.
was a wild dude. Like, certain people at that time you didn't want to be like performing after them at a club
Yeah.
because you knew the club might be shut down after they come, like for the next week or so. Like Keith Murray was famous for that. He was shutting clubs
Oh,
down.
yep.
I
Yeah.
get my deposit, then I get a phone call a week later, like, listen, the club's canceled. You keep the money. What happened? Yo, Keith Murray had a riot in here. They shut the club for 3 weeks and shit like that. So Keith, know I love him. He ain't gonna be mad. I'm selling this. I tell
Yeah.
him all the
I
time.
love, yeah, Keith Murray got also an amazing voice too. So
Yeah, yeah,
got
yeah,
another
yeah, yeah.
recognizable voice.
I just it was definitely a goal to be original,
Yeah.
to have my own mark, my own. I wasn't a rapper that like saying my name in every rhyme. So once you have a voice like this, I don't have to say my name. You know who it is. Like
Yeah.
I
That's
didn't like rhyming my name all the time. Like yo, I'm not. I thought I was corny to me. Like when
yeah.
dudes was always because the best niggas didn't say their name. They didn't have to.
You just
You
know.
know.
No, that's a great point.
You
But
know.
how did you come up with the name Nine and the cat theme for the first album?
Right. Well, my name, I was in a group called Deuces Wild. My
Okay.
name was Ricochet. Another guy was
Whoa, nice.
Centipede. And
Uh-huh.
Funkmaster Flex, the DJ. And Chuck Chill Out was our manager.
Damn. Deuces
So
wild.
when me and Flex broke off from the whole situation, I was like, well, I need a new name. I need a refresh start because I've been in this group for so long and now I'm by myself and
Okay.
I want something that stands out. So I came up with non-double M. That was my name. It was the gun, nine, and the two
Yeah, nine
M's. It was
mil.
like
Yeah.
I'm a non-double M. And they was like, yo, that's fine. No one has a name like that. 'Cause to me, everything was always had to be original.
Yeah.
It had to be your hip hop to me is self-expression. And
Yeah.
if you're not expressing yourself, who are you expressing? Someone else. So
Yeah.
you have to find your own way, your own thing. So I wasn't afraid. So the name it was weird to
Yeah.
some people at first, but when it caught on, so that's who I was. And me and Flex made the song 6 Million Ways to Die. It's
Yeah.
featuring non-double M. It's me and him.
Yeah.
By the time I got to I got a record deal, when I got the profile deal,
Yeah.
we got the deal. I didn't have the song What You Want yet.
Okay.
We had to deal without it. So
Yeah.
they kept coming back to us. The A&R dude, he was like, yo, you gritty, you raw. He said, but the streets ain't gonna feed you like you think they are. You need a record that's gonna play on we need a single. We need, and Busta Rhymes had told me that too. Yo, whatever first record you drop, he said it gotta be one of them ones. He said it just like that. You gotta be one of them ones.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, we ain't have it. So the producer, he said, yo, I got something.
That's Rob
And
Lewis.
yes. So he called me one night and was like, we already had the record deal. Because we had worked together for maybe 4 years before we got the deal. We were just working on song demos and demos and demos. And finally, one of the demos got through and they said they gave me a deal. But then we were sitting there for like 3 months. It wasn't moving, nothing was going on. They was like, you don't got a single. They waiting for you guys to bring that song in. So we bring a record in, and they be like, nah, it's not it.
They needed
Like
that one single. Yeah.
if you hear the beginning of Nine Lives, all those songs, it's called Death of a Demo.
Okay. Ooh.
Those songs was rewinding. No, it was little
Oh,
pieces.
damn.
That's the songs I got to deal with. None of them songs made the album
I
because
gotta go back and listen to it now. Oh man.
those all those chitty chitty bang, it's the night, then it switches, boom. Another beat comes on, and you hear my voice, and then it's like I'm dead, and then they bring me back. It's the opening to the Nine Lives album.
Yeah.
Those are actual songs that we got to deal with.
Oh, damn.
But
That's
once
crazy.
once we got the single, we just did whole new album. I think I had Red Rum and a couple others that was already done, but we didn't have that single.
Yeah.
So he gives me the beat, and I didn't like it. The what you want
Yeah.
beat.
Please tell me you own all the masters to those songs. Like,
I got 3 years left.
okay. Oh man, damn. All right.
Trust me,
Jeez.
I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm tired of sharing that money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so when he played it, I wrote the hook. I wrote something to it. It was a lot of curses. It was like I get damned and fucked if I do, and all
Dude, if
kinds
I
of different.
damned if I do. Woo!
But it wasn't that, so it was different. So they were like, "Hold up, hold up, hold up." They was like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "What are you talking about?" They was like, "Yo, the hook was what you want, nigga." They was like, "Yo, this is it." They was like, "But why are you cursing and putting like, are you crazy? This is a hit." So I said, "Yo, I said, what I'm gonna say if I don't say what you want, nigga?" He's like, "Well, say your name." I said, well, "My name's Nine Double M." He's like, "Why? Why isn't it just nine? What you want, nine?" I went, "All right, fuck it." So I dropped the double M right there.
I didn't know it was double M.
That's how it became just nine. I dropped the double M,
Yeah.
and it was what you want, nine. And then I cleaned up the song, took the curses out, we took it in the profile, and I didn't even record it yet. I just spit it in the office. And like a week and a half later, that second check was cut.
Ooh.
We was in the studio laying it down, and maybe 4 weeks later, the record was out. It came out.
Did the beat excite you when you first heard it?
No,
It did not. Holy
I
cow.
just finished listening to Illmatic.
Ah, that fair enough.
So I want boom boom the boom, but my everything you want really sometimes is not for you. Like I said,
Yeah.
those type of beats weren't really what would bring out my pen game and my sound and the producer knew that. Like I work
Yeah.
with real producer. I never was a beat shopper. I link up with a producer. Like even now, I'm linked up with somebody and we work on our project. I always think projects come out better that way than beat shopping, which I think Illmatic ruined hip hop originality, even though it was the greatest album, but it
Interesting.
had 5 of the best producers on it.
Yeah. Good point.
Once artists in the industry saw that, it was oh shit. Next artist had 5 producers. Next artist before that, Bomb Squad did Public Enemy.
Yep.
Period.
Just one.
EPMD
Yep.
did EPMD. Period.
Yeah.
Eric B. and Rakim. Period. So
The same sound.
everybody had an original sound because they
Yeah.
weren't using the same producers.
Yeah.
And once dudes started getting remixes to songs, then the industry is gonna follow the leader. So they're like, okay, let's get 5 of the top producers. So now he's giving you his best beats that really should be a Gangstar beat. Premier's giving away all the Gangstar beats. Now
Easy.
everybody sounds like Gangstar. Now Gangstar's not special.
Ah.
The sound's not special anymore because the guy's he's giving it away.
Was Rob Lewis a good friend of yours before? No.
No, I had met him through Chuck Chill Out. He did
Chill.
Cool Chip and Chuck Chill Out's record.
Ah. And
The Rhythm is the Master. I Am a Slave. He did that album with them. So I met him there, and him and Flex. We were. They was telling me, yo, you gotta go solo. Cause I'm writing for people. I ain't trying to throw people under the bus, but I'm writing these rhymes. I ain't getting paid for it.
oh
I ain't
wow.
getting publishing for it. But they knew I just loved hip hop. I
Yeah.
loved rapping. So I wouldn't sit there and watch your rhymes you whack. I'd be like, yo, they'd be like, yo, you got something? And I'd be like, yeah, you should say. Next thing you know, I'm writing this nigga's whole rhyme.
Oh damn.
But I'm just happy to hear him do it right and it
Hey,
come
that's
out
right.
right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
no credit or none. But I'm thinking these are all brownie points
Yeah. Oh
that
right.
somehow gonna help these people that were in position will help me. Not
Right.
knowing that they was never gonna do that.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm taking your spot. I'm writing the shit you saying. Imagine what I'm gonna write for myself. So they never was gonna help me. And he peeped it. And Flex peeped it and was like, yo, you need to go solo.
Yeah.
Fuck a group. Fuck a you don't only you need to go solo. You know,
Yeah.
even in the group, I was writing all the rhymes for the other member.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me all these classic albums to include Nine Lives. Just how young you
I
guys were.
started early. I
It is
started early,
crazy.
man.
Already producing like top tier rhymes and
I
songs.
worked on with Jekyll and Hyde on their album. There's a song called Yellow Panties that I was involved in the rhythm and the pattern of that. I was like six. No, I couldn't be no more than 17 at that time.
Jeez. Did the song Any MC excite you too as well, which is also one of your
Oh,
big
by then,
that was my jam too.
After What You Want was done,
Yeah.
I was sitting there like, oh my God. It was one of them records like I couldn't believe it was mine. And I knew it was out the gate. The way I
Yeah,
sounded, my voice, I said, "This is no way they could front on me," because I ain't have cosigns.
that's
I ain't
true.
coming with a clique. I wasn't down with this rap group. I wasn't because I never wanted to be a member of a, when they was putting them cliques together and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like the top rapper that he get. You know what I mean? I would have. The only one I really respected maybe was Def Squad
Oh wow. Oh
because
yeah. Certain Sentiment.
Eric and Parrish put rappers on that were as good as them or better.
Yeah.
They didn't care. They
Yeah.
was trying to make you win. They was about dope hip hop. So a lot of other places they will hold you back. The other guy and I want to be Batman. I
Yeah.
don't want to
That's
be the
true.
Flash. I don't want to be Aquaman. I don't want to be. I want to be. I'm Batman. And if I
Hell yeah.
join this group, I'm the Flash.
Hell yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Even Superman. I want to be Batman. Batman's the guy. You know what I mean? Like, so I knew if I joined anything else, I'd be, I wouldn't be the top of the. So to me, it's sink or swim, and not even nobody telling me what I could talk about, what I should do, and
Yeah.
I never take advice from a rapper ever. I mean, except like Buster saying you're your first record, but like as far as
Right.
my approach to making music, or you should do this, you should change it. Like fuck out of here, like, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
already know it's too opinionated for that.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. And you mentioned
Yeah.
that your first exposure to hip hop was when you were about 11 years old. And
Yeah.
so do
That's
you
when hip hop started. That was the very beginning of the actual of hip hop.
yeah. That's wild. And so what kind of music though were your like parents
I'm
or
not 73. I was 4 in 73. In
oh
73 when Cool Herc had the party. No, I was 4. But
okay.
I'm talking about when it came outside to the parks, I
Oh,
would
right,
say
right, right.
around 1980,
Uh-huh.
79, 80, when it really, because even before with Herc, it was a party.
Yeah,
I mean, they want to say that's where hip hop started, but I think more close to 78, 79
I see.
when they start coming outside with the turntables and the echo chambers and the speakers. Because before that, if you didn't go to a Cool Herc school party or dance party, and he never cut the records up. Herc would play the records that had the break beats in it.
And then blend them.
Flash and them heard that was like that's the part. No, he would just play one record and he put the next one on, blend it in, and
Uh,
that's it.
okay.
When Flash and them heard that, they was like, that's the everybody was waiting for that part of the song.
Uh-huh.
So they was like, we just gonna play that part over and over and over and over. So
Uh,
Flash and them really created that. But so it was a chain effect. It was one dude enhancing something that the other one did. Then Theodore with the scratching, he starts scratching, and the next dude, Flash being fast. So they all were competing with each other, but at the same time feeding off each other and taking each element to another level, to another level. It just kept going and going and going to what you see now. It's
yeah,
like it's crazy to watch the metamorphosis, you know,
that's right.
of what it was. Because in 78, 79, there were rappers, but they all said the same rhyme.
Yeah, and
Like they all had the same rhyme. Like I came in the party, then you go somewhere else, and he hear a guy say, because who's gonna know? There was not even no tapes back then. You
oh,
could be whoever
no
you
one's
could be whoever
recording
you
them.
want to be.
Oh, that's interesting.
You could
Yeah,
go to your neighborhood and say, "Yeah, this is me and my crew." Nobody gonna believe it. Who gonna know?
yeah, and
It's
I guess it's funny because they were all learning at the same time, and that's cool that you got to be
uh,
a student at that young age.
and watch that. That's why the respect for it. I treat it as a culture.
Yeah,
As
100%.
it's
It's
not and that's a bad thing for a lot of us '90s people who came up on it because
Yeah.
we never saw it as a business that we should have seen it as.
Ah, good
Which is
point.
why we was taken advantage of, and was we didn't see.
Yeah.
We just loved the art form. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the rules and regulations that came along with being part of this culture.
That's true.
Like there was rules to this shit. You couldn't.
Yeah.
You would get ostracized if you was biting or if you was making records that was degrading to your people, and all the opposite of what's going on now was not tolerated back then.
I remember
And
that.
it could be stopped now too if people stop supporting it. But that is, they've already won the war of the minds, the
Yeah.
war of the minds for the youth and for to be ignorant, to think ignorance is fun, to think celebrating death and murder is fun. It's baffling to me to the point of like I'm throw your hands up. I mean, we all say things on songs, we're telling stories or we over exaggerate. Like I said on Lion King, even I exaggerate when I create. But we all exaggerate, but the outrageousness is to the point where you see where we at now.
Yeah. No, you're right. And
Now they talk about your dead mother, your dead friends, making red songs, smoking on your friends, smoking on a pack, and getting shot. Rappers die every day.
yeah. Yeah.
Dangerous job now.
No, that's a great point. And so, yeah, it's just yeah, it's wild to me again just how you get to see that with your own eyes because it was only stories for me when I was living overseas and I
Right.
just wanted to be a part of the scene and see it and
It
living.
was crazy, man. Like even movies like Beat Street
Yeah.
don't capture what it really was like. They don't capture it because that was watered down for the movie theaters. It
For
didn't capture like there could be a shootout in the park, or somebody could let off shots.
yeah.
Everybody running scattered from the park, but and running to get out away from it. But if you heard that DJ go, hold up, one, one, two, one, 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 one. Y'all don't worry about it, man. We got it under control, man. Everybody would come right. We go right back in that park.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though gunshots just went off, like we didn't give a fuck because these park jams happen maybe in the summertime every weekend if
Yeah.
you was lucky, and they last till maybe 11. So they start early because the police is gonna come
Yep.
around 10:30 and
That's true.
unplug but they would let it rock. I'm gonna
Yeah.
NYPD was different because to them hip hop was actually a good thing because
Yeah.
it wasn't about violence. It was
That's
about
right.
having fun. The
Oh, that's
troublemakers weren't there. Even the troublemakers, they came there to have fun,
yeah. Yeah, it
to
brought
get
the
away, to hear that
community
music,
together.
to dress up, wear your Lee suit, your mock necks and British walkers. Everybody's out there dressed up, dancing
Yeah.
to the music, meeting girls, and that's what hip hop was about. It was just all about fun,
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
nothing else. So,
And so you watched it at a young age, but what motivated you to pick up the pencil to actually write a rhyme instead of being a
my first rhyme, I was like 13. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I want to, but when I really knew was when Pumpkin took me to DLB's house and I'm sitting in front of DLB.
damn?
You know what I mean? And I'm like, and I saw him at Charlie Max 50. We was both on the same show. And I reminded him of that. And he was like, yo, my sister called me and said you was on. She said there was a guy on BET when What You Want first came out. I told the story
Yeah.
about DLB. She said she couldn't remember your name. She kept saying, he said you taught him how to count whatever little rhymes or whatever. And he said, nah, I realized that was you. And it was that he remembered because I told him what he said and what he wrote for me.
Ah,
And he
that's
was like,
awesome.
yo, he said, you remember that? I said, that was my moment.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, for a guy like him, he got records out, rocking it, rocking it. Man, he's one of the best. Kumo D's cousin. He's
That's so cool.
one of the best rappers. Everyone respects him. And for him to take time out and just look at me and go, hey, you got some rhymes, shorty. It made me like, I
It
could
meant a
do this.
lot. Yeah.
I just wanted to make a rap record so I could go to high school, so I could go to school with the jacket from the record label. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
This wasn't about, I want to make a career. We're gonna make albums. We're gonna do. It wasn't even about that. It was about I just want to make a record. I want to make a rap record. Me and my group, we love. I want to make a rap record, maybe another one if it happens.
Yeah.
But it was not a long term vision because this shit wasn't long term. It was to us. It was just something to do.
Man, that's wild.
You know?
And you are one of the lucky ones to have recorded music in the famous D&D studios.
Yeah, that place was wild,
Oh,
man.
once it, can you just tell me a little bit about the experience of doing that?
I never went there without a gun on
Oh,
me.
that like that kind of crazy.
They had two rooms,
Okay.
the A room and the B room. Now, they booking out to rappers
Okay.
different, so you don't know who you're gonna run into.
Oh, that's crazy.
Dudes what you might have dissed on a record.
Oh, dang.
His friends is there. Your friends, like it can, if you get caught sleeping, a lot of people got their ass touched in that place.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know it was like that.
Got beaten up bad. So it's like D&D was wild like that. Like, you
Oh,
don't know who's in the other room. And then, you also was a great place to be because you run into people and they come in and hear your shit. Matter of fact, when Biggie was recording Kicking the Door, I had
oh,
came down there for something and I heard the beat from as I'm walking past that room, I just hit pam, 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 pam,
damn.
pam. So I stuck myself, who's in there? And he was like, Premier. Stuck my head in to say what's up to him, and I hear this beat. Then I seen C's.
The door.
And
Yep.
C's is like, he said, yo, so I said, where's Big at? He's like, yeah, he writing.
Damn.
So where's he at? So I just want to say what's up. So he's in the staircase. I stick my head in there. Ain't no papers, no pens. He's sitting there smoking weed, and the beat's just playing. Pen, 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 pen. And he's just staring.
He's
And
right
I
there
got his,
again.
yeah, I didn't know that at the time, but I
I
got
I
his
heard that
attention.
he did that, but I didn't know.
I
Yeah.
got his attention for a second. He said, "What's up?" I said, "Yo, you writing? I don't want to." I said, "I thought you was writing." He's like, "I am."
Damn.
It's no paper. I'm still saying, all right, I'm thinking, just tell me you ain't got time or you don't want to talk. Don't play with me. Like, don't play with me. You
Yeah.
ain't no paper and pens in here. You ain't writing, motherfucker. Stop lying, But all in all, he was just like, I was like, yo, good to he's like, nah, man, yeah, good to see. He said, yeah, my album. He said, I'm about to, because he knew what he had to do.
Jesus.
Because of, Big wasn't like everybody loved Big now.
Yeah,
But when Big was walking around out here, dudes was intimidated because he was that ill. Like rap niggas wasn't really
I believe
his
it.
friends. Other rappers weren't really championing him the way you might hear him champion him now, because it was competition back then.
No, you're right.
Like, all the friendly shit you see now with 90s artists, that wasn't that. It was not that
They
back
were
then. It was
scared, huh?
click, your click, his click, his click. You didn't mix. You
Damn.
didn't, there was no mixing. Your friends, you came with your own cool people. They
Yeah.
had their own crew. You might say, "What's up?" Give them a pound, and that might be as far as it goes. No conversations, no.
Oh,
Like I have relationships, like with great, nice and smooth. I have relationships with them as people. So they was just glad to see me, the kid that was carrying records with Flex for Chuck Chill. They was happy to see me finally get in there, like Buster. He was happy to see me get in there because he saw me with Flex carrying records and all
yeah.
the time when he was with Leah's in the new school. He didn't even know that I could rap. I
Oh,
never
wow.
I never rapped around none of them because to me that make you look, these dudes is doing it at a high level.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd be like, yo, I do it too. And I'm like, yeah, sure, everybody raps. So I was never gonna tell nobody.
Humble. Yeah.
Which was a good thing because Flex had played the song for Buster, the 6 Million Ways to Die record.
He loved
And
it.
Buster, no, he said he didn't know it was me, but he said to Flex, yo, he almost there. He gotta get
Oh,
control. He gotta get more control over what he's doing. Because if
okay.
you listen to 6 Million Ways to Die and
Yeah.
what you want is night and day. My sharpness, my execution,
Yeah.
my attention to detail and the patterns and everything was light because of what he said. He wouldn't have said that if he knew it was me because he didn't want to offend me.
Oh,
But when he
I
said it, he
gotcha.
ain't ready yet.
I
He
gotcha.
ain't ready yet. And then I took me 2 more years and I had what you want. Like I finally, but I didn't take it as a diss. I took it as
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't know it was me, so he could
Positive
be
critique.
honest.
Yeah.
He could be honest about it. And
From a
Buster was
rap
nice
god, right?
then. And
Yeah.
Buster was he was now he wasn't what iconic now, but you knew dope
Yeah.
MC. He's a dope MC. And if
Yep.
a dope MC is telling you, even though you might not think he's better than you, I don't think he's better but he was sharp. He was there. He learned from Public Enemy. They took him under. He got schooled
Damn.
on how to approach shit. Chuck D named him from Public Enemy. He
Oh,
named Buster.
oh, damn. I didn't know that. Holy cow.
Buster Rhymes is the name of a football player from 1978. That's his real. The football player's name is actually Buster Rhymes.
Holy
And
D.
Chuck D walked up to Buster, who was something cool ice or some shit
Yeah.
back then when they put the group leaders together.
Oh
Because I
man,
was Public Enemy's group. They
that
put that together.
that's
And he
crazy
said, "You're gonna be Buster Rhymes from now on. That's your name." He
stuff.
said Buster ain't like it. He was like, ah, he was like, no, that's gonna be you.
It
Trust me.
it works. It works.
He is a, when you look at him, you don't see nothing but Buster Rhymes. You know what I mean? So back then, like I said, the older generation, the older rappers would was helping you
Yeah.
when they saw you get your foot in. They won't bring you in. That's the difference, though.
Yeah.
Brothers wasn't bringing you in. It wasn't taking your demo. It wasn't putting you on their album or feature. None of that shit. But if you showed that grit and you had your foot in halfway, then they would pull you the rest of the way in. They would help you.
Yeah. Hey,
You
how
know.
when you write your raps, how often do you trash it and start from the beginning if you don't like it?
Well, not anymore. I
Okay.
don't do because I don't write to anything that don't talk to me.
Ah, good point. And you talk
At
about
this point, I hear it. I hear it. I'm like them now. I'm now understand what Big and Jay and all. I'm like them now. I
that's a
don't.
good point.
I write it. I spit part of it into the phone. Keep listening. Spit more into the phone. Put it together. Like it's different now. The process because I've been doing it for so long. But now, if I hear a beat and I have to think about it, it ain't for me.
So no more
The
notebook.
beat should have told me by now.
Yeah, you straight.
Oh yeah, I still I write it down afterwards because I want to keep an archive of everything
Okay.
that I've done. And I come from the pen and paper era, so even though I spit it on the phone as a security, I write that shit down because I do like to hold papers in the studio because it keeps my head still. It
Oh, good
keeps
point.
me read. If I'm not even really necessarily reading it, I'm following it, but it's that pattern, a habit that I have. It
Yeah.
keeps me from moving my head all over the place and have because I'm one take. I go do it one. I'm not trying to be in this booth all
Oh,
day.
damn, really?
Now one take.
Oh, that's awesome.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance. 5 P's. I follow that.
Great point. You've been writing music for a long time. And so again, I love
Majority of my life.
yeah, my favorite's still doing it. What motivates you to still make music?
It's a passion. I can't help it. I would go crazy if I can, no matter what happened. If I had a million tomorrow, it wouldn't change it. Like I have to get this off.
I
I
love it.
have to. It's an obsession. It's a passion. It's like I can't explain it. When I hear beats, I don't hear music the way other people maybe would listen to music. I'm automatically looking for pockets. I'm looking for that pocket, the pattern that I would rhyme in when I'm hearing a beat. It's a gift and a curse because I'm not able to enjoy much music as I would be able to if I
Why?
didn't, you
Because
know.
you're making music.
Yeah, because a lot of dudes I just hear everything you did wrong. I don't hear how hot it is. I just like, oh man, he sound crazy, or this is awful. Yeah, I hear all the mistakes.
Yeah.
I hear the punch-ins that didn't work. We should have did it over. Like, you
Uh,
know what I mean?
that
I can hear all of
critical
that.
ear. Yeah.
I can hear all of that, and it's like it's hard for me to, to judge, especially now.
Yeah.
The way kids rap. I don't even. I thought
You're a
that
better.
I would just be doing this for self at this point. Another reason why we keep doing this because these dudes is whack. Well, I thought we would be out. I thought that they would have figured out a linguistic speech and way of patterns that we couldn't catch up to. Instead, it went backwards. This is ABC rap. This is crazy. It's no thought. It's nothing. I'm like, this is nuts that these dudes,
I'm stuck on a lot of the music you
mm.
guys do, but even some of your new stuff, like I love the song you did with Rusty Jux, the Mob Deep. Is it safe to say you are a Mob Deep fan?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
No, the EP is called Duos that
yeah,
me and Rusty have coming out with the Snow Goons. So each song is named after a duo. We did Double Trouble, Kid and Play,
that was
Mobb Deep,
cool.
EPMD, Run DMC, Gangstar. It's a 7 songs, and they're all named after for different reasons.
I love
Like the
it.
Mobb Deep for obvious, the way that beat sounded, it sounded like a Mobb Deep beat. And then we
Yeah,
got one where we use a Run DMC hook and the drums sound like a Run DMC type of drum, and we rap on this. So we just threw a little EP together that would sound, that had a concept to it, as opposed to just me and him, rapping together. Because the Snow
yeah,
Goons hit both of us up and was like, "Yo, you guys get along, man. Y'all end up on a lot of the same records. Like we do features for overseas artists, and
Yeah.
sometimes they would call me, pay me, call him, pay him, and me and him end up on the same record.
Yeah.
So the Snow Goons noticed it and was like, "You guys should just do an EP." So it's like, "All right," So we've been finished it like 2.5 years ago. We just couldn't. Everybody was doing their own runarounds, and so
Yeah.
it's the whole thing. We're gonna shoot the video for the first single probably in a couple weeks,
I love
maybe
it.
next week, and then we
Yeah.
dropping that. Snow Goons will be dropping that EP.
Yeah. You just a caveman forever, no evolution. I'm
No
sure
evolution,
in clay with no delay. You
no
could get
delay.
married today.
Early
Woo-hoo.
tomorrow.
Oh, like, yep.
But I was proud of that King album. That album
Ooh,
is
that Snow
so,
Goons album, man.
yeah, that to me got so slept on. That's the like, oh my
Yeah.
God, because we put our foot in that shit. Like, but
Yeah.
I
On
understood that
wax.
was, yeah, it's on vinyl, it's
I got to
on,
get
they
it.
had CDs and stuff, but that was right at the time when streaming took over. So it threw us for a loop. The whole marketing was off because we
Yeah.
marketing more towards iTunes and thinking we can get something off. We spending more than we should have spent to put it together. You know what I mean? Taking our
Yeah.
time because we're thinking we're gonna recoup this as easy. On iTunes, we'll kill them. But then the
Yeah.
album dropped in 2018, and I'm now we're on Spotify, and all these things have taken over. It blindsided us, and ain't no money. Music is free.
Yeah.
Let me just
Unfortunately.
say that music is free. I hope people realize that music is free because you pay I paid $14 for this title. Like I got Spotify and title.
Yeah.
And that's it. I got access to every song damn near ever made in the world.
Yeah.
You know how crazy that is?
Yeah. And it was so hard to find music when we were kids. And
And
yeah.
even if you did, you couldn't just buy everything. I used to trade, yo, let me
Yeah.
hold so and so album,
Yeah. The remix.
and
Too.
I'll let you hold this one. Or you make me a copy of that. I make because we couldn't afford all of this stuff. But
Yeah.
now,
Hard.
as you see, music is free, so everyone's able to just listen to your shit, and that's why no one really respects
Yeah.
the art anymore. It's not respectable because it's free. It's disposable. Microwave dinners.
That's why I have to collect those. Like I'm still love the vinyl, the CD, the cassette.
Right.
Such a fan, and
Because
for
when you bought
that
something,
reason.
you had it. I would open up the paper. I'm reading it. The work that was put
Yep.
in, who did what, and all of that is gone now.
Oh yeah.
You know.
No, most definitely. And to get a signed CD from Cloud 9,
Yeah,
like to me,
I had a
that
bunch
means
of
the world as
promotional
a
copies.
collector.
I had a bunch of promotional copies of that album, and they were at the office because they weren't really promoting it. They weren't, this was when the label was getting ready to fold anyway, so they weren't spending too much money. They
Was it
only
still
pressed
with
up 90.
Profile? Was Profile?
Yeah,
Okay.
they only pressed up like 90,000
Yeah,
copies,
man.
and that's including CD numbers. So there was about 2,000 of these CDs that had ran through the tester. They didn't have the full. I was like, I'm taking all of these.
Yeah.
So I ended up with them in
Classic.
storage, and then as years went by, I was like, "Yo, let me bump these." And I've been selling them for years, but sometimes I get lazy. It's hard. I'm doing it by
Yeah, I
myself,
feel you.
hand to hand,
I feel you.
mailing them out, going to the post office. Like that little post I put up there, I ended up at the post office like 40 of them shits, trying to
Yeah.
mail them all out and stuff. So I'm gonna get some help. I'm gonna get somebody to run that for me, and I'll be selling the hard material again.
Well, I'm excited after you get the masters back. I bet you a lot of companies hit you up to reproduce and
But I'm going to snatch it down off every site it's on. I'm snatching it off.
redo it.
Take it down. I own it. Take it down. But this is what Shan told me that
Yeah.
they'll do. They'll be like, well, wait, why don't we make a new deal with you? We'll
That's it.
license it from you.
Get your
That's
money.
all they're gonna do because it's
Get your money.
perpetual money to them. They'll give you a lump sum, but in their
Yeah.
mind, 10 years perpetual, they're gonna double that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're out here doing stuff now, currently. Look at
Yeah.
what happened with Jay-Z just now.
Yep.
Cardi B used that sample, and his stream on that song went up 300%.
Jesus.
So people that don't know him heard that and was like, that's a Jay-Z record. I want to hear his.
Yeah.
That's how the human mind works. That's how marketing works now.
Like if they
Everything is
if they can't have it, it makes it like
you're an
100 more.
algorithm. Your brain is trained to think like an algorithm now.
Yeah. Good point.
Because Cardi used it, now all the traffic goes to Jay for that song, and he's getting 300% markup on a record he owns.
Yeah. Your music, all Billboard charting tracks. And so I you got to give
Yeah.
the paper on the source too, had one of the highest ratings too for the Nine Lives album. And
Yeah,
so
the debut album. Yeah, it was back then we had to work.
yeah.
We had to work. You
Yeah,
had to do
I'm excited
promotional
to,
shows.
yeah.
You had to go do all the promo shows, free shows, and this show and that one, and appear here and appear there, and
Yeah.
all for a half an hour a week because there was only the rap shows. It wasn't mainstream when we was doing it. It wasn't. You couldn't turn on your radio. Like my record made it to main radio, daytime. What we used to call daytime radio,
That's right. Oh
and
man.
not many records
And
made it
I
there.
do. Oh man, that
If you had a daytime record, it was like, yo, we got a daytime record. That was a hit. You got a daytime record because otherwise you're heard at night between 9 and 12
yeah, all
on
right.
the mix shows.
Well, let me ask you this. How did it feel hearing What You Want on the radio? Was that
Oh, it was crazy.
it must
It
have
was
been
crazy.
nuts.
It
Yeah.
was BT for me was the biggest
Oh,
though
that too. Yeah.
because I was actually in a hotel room and there was a guy named Donnie Simpson from Video Soul and he was about to announce the next song he was playing. And he was like, "This is my favorite new song. It's a rapper from New York City." And I'm sitting there watching it. I'm like, "Oh, he's blowing somebody up, like whoever he's talking about."
Yeah.
Then he says, "It got that old sample from Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. This is Nine with what you." I was like, "Oh shit!" I ran to the phone. I'm calling. I'm like, "Yo, this nigga Donnie Simpson." People was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
I heard watching it now." Like everybody was close. So that was a moment. Because for
Yeah.
him, I had been watching him all my life.
Yeah.
And for him, when he used to do that, like this next song, this is one of my favorites. And I'm like, and when he did that,
Yeah.
radio, the next week, radio, it was everywhere. I was on every radio all over the country.
Dang.
That one thing he did, that's what people, they say about influencers now. It's the same thing. If a
Yeah.
person
That's
on
exactly it.
Instagram that got 10 million followers say you the shit. Next thing you know, your money, that's why people are very careful with
Yeah.
who they endorse. It's like an endorsement.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I just
Yeah.
when I saw that album cover too, I was like, God damn, that shit is hard as hell. I didn't know if it was like horrorcore rap, like the
You
Great
know, that was my
Before.
actual cat's eyes. They took a picture and then they self-imposed it. They had contacts, but I wasn't putting them in my eye. They was big and bulky at the time. I
That
did it
was
since then. I did it for the King album or the King, one of the videos from
that
King. I
was
put them in, but
hard.
they were different now. Back then, they had them big glass. I was like, I'm not putting that in my eye.
Yeah, because we we didn't know anything about that kind of
So she
stuff.
said, "Go home, take a picture of your cat, and bring it to me." And then she took the eyes and she self-imposed them onto the thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, again, Billboard charting albums, and then you follow up with your sophomore album, Cloud Nine, 12 songs of again
Which
more.
is the cult classic favorite. That's the record. What You Want was the record I had to make. Nine Lives was the album I had to make.
Yep, yep.
Cloud Nine was the album I wanted to make.
Ooh, every man for himself, and then the
That
song.
was the album I wanted to make. And I kind of veered off the course
Yeah,
a
I
little bit.
liked
I
it.
veered.
I thought it
I
was
mean, I
sick.
loved it, and I mean, I'm glad I did it, but it definitely hurt me. It
Oh,
hurt my
sure.
progression. It hurt my moment. I didn't get any radio play, any support. The
Man.
first single was Lion King. I'm talking about everybody lying. And Hot 97 is the radio station that's playing all these records where people are lying.
Oh
So they was
shit.
like, we're going to pick a side. We're going to go with the liars because you're the only one. It's like I was going against the
Oh,
system.
damn, I could see that.
They said, we play all these songs about guys talking, but I saw the ignorance. So I
Yeah.
was like, yo, they don't know flip a triple beam, they don't sell keys, he lying in his rhyme. Like the whole theme was the Lion King. And they didn't like that, the
Wow.
content. It was like you going against we all making money off of these type of records. And here you think we gonna help you stop that? They was like, nah.
But
So I
you,
learned a harsh lesson, about following the pattern, staying on, speaking out when you can, when you're in position. I wasn't big enough
I see.
to take a stance against anything yet until I solidified myself a little more. And I didn't realize that at the time. So, you know, it was a learning lesson. It definitely hurt. But then, you know, also the label folding, they sold the label to Arista Records.
Okay.
So the people at Arista were excited. They had me, Camp Low, Smooth the Hustler,
Ooh,
So
man.
that's a nice little round lineup. All of us were came out the
Hey,
gate with hit records. My first single hit. Smooth's first single hit. Camp Lo's first single hit.
yep.
You know, all these records hit.
All
So they
right.
was looking at us like, okay, they the next group, we'll snatch them up. But what happened was they was in a lawsuit for 3.5 years.
Oh, Arista.
Alistair and Profile fighting over the Run DMC catalog and different
Oh,
stuff. And none of us was able, because you notice the three people I met, all
yeah.
of our story is similar. We just disappeared.
Oh, oh
But
man.
in my case, what happened was then came DMX
Okay. Ah,
during that time.
I see.
So now people are telling me, I never thought, I mean, we're both able to reach the same tone. We're totally different artists. I loved X.
For sure.
Loved X. I love X. I rest in peace to the dog. I loved X, but this
Oh,
was my thing. I
oh,
was being
right.
told when he came out and he was so successful, I lost my mystique.
I see. Because he
What made me
became
different, what
different.
made me special
Yeah.
was now being done by, I wasn't the only guy with this voice anymore, or a
Yeah.
similar voice, the powerful sound.
Yeah.
Now someone else, and he's got the machine behind him,
Oh, that's
and
it.
he's got a personality that matches the music and an image, and like everything was perfect with him. So by the time I got to Arista, because they did eventually, I went up there, and the people who wanted us there no longer work there. So
Wow.
it's a whole new staff of people, and they were like, well, they gave me some money, a little 50, and I gave them some demos because I already knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, you sound like DMX." I'm like, "How am I sound like somebody?" They say it doesn't matter. He's triple platinum.
Out first. Yeah.
But they're like, "He's triple platinum." To the rest of the world, you've been gone for 3 years. They're gonna look at you like you sound like him.
Oh, that's wild.
So they was like, "But if you go another direction," like they wanted me to go in the direction that they thought hip hop was going in. The disrespect of women, the gun talk, the drug dealer shit. I was like, I ain't doing that.
Mm.
I actually was one of those dudes back in the 80s, but I wouldn't rap about it. It's nothing to be proud of.
Mm.
I don't want to spread that like it's cool. And by now I'm in my 30s. I'm like, you must be crazy. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So they let me go.
Okay.
After they let me go, I was wandering around through hip hop. We were still doing it, but I didn't know if
Wow.
I wanted to keep going anymore.
Yeah.
In 2009, I put out an album called Quanon. I put it out with a guy overseas on Smoke on Records. It
Yeah.
was just something to do. He gave me a check. We put the little album out. It was just for overseas. And then the bugs started coming back. I started, you start feeling it again because I was still working, but I was writing like commercials and doing voiceovers for different stuff. So I was maintaining, a lifestyle where I didn't have to get a job.
Yeah.
But to want to do it again on that high level, that didn't happen again until almost when I put the King album out. We were recording from 2015 and on, to taking it serious again.
Yeah.
But you never stop, like I said, you never stop.
Yeah. 100.
But I was a couple years older than who you see now that's old, so I was ahead of the curve. Now there's so many old brothers, everybody love it. They know we're gonna keep going. So I'm not so much an anomaly anymore. Everybody in their 50s, almost 60, is
I love
rhyming.
it.
And it should be because
Yeah.
the only people who said this was a kids game was kids. Because
Hell.
we were
Yeah.
kids. There
No
were
way.
no adults doing hip hop when we were kids.
No way.
There were no adults.
That's
There
right.
was no 40-year-old. There was no such thing as that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I,
That
I,
Run DMC's not that old, they're a couple years older than us, right?
yeah.
That's as high as we get. Melly Mel, that's the highest the age gets.
Yeah.
So there was no one before them to show that art form is not gonna stop.
That's
It's
right.
not gonna be silly forever. It's gonna grow.
I
And it's
love it.
gonna so now I want to hear music. I'm not supposed to like anything a 20-year-old does.
Mm.
Nothing. Nothing.
That's a good
The
point.
only time I should be talking to a 20-year-old is when if he's raising his hand to go to the bathroom and I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing to talk. I ain't supposed to be talking to y'all. I don't care about you, what y'all do, what y'all think, but they smashed us all into one genre. Like this is hip hop, and it's not. It's crazy for you see the hip hop awards or any of these shows, and they got you know, a Nas album versus a Lil Baby album or whatever one of these dudes'
Yeah.
names is. Like, it's not the same thing. It's not
No,
even. So we need adult contemporary, just like they got adult
I
contemporary rock and all. They need adult contemporary hip hop. You
yeah,
know,
makes me happy to see all you guys that I love still
because
doing.
we still fans as well. I want to hear some,
That's right. That's
and I don't
right.
want to hear that.
Yeah,
So
right.
either I keep making it and I buy my peers who's making what I like to listen to. Like I'm not dead. I want to hear music.
That's right. That is
You know, so
absolutely.
I'm supposed to stop listening to music, just stick to my old albums and listen to them because you say so, because you say we not supposed to get the fuck out of here. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But also, they want to keep it young because young people are stupid. I was stupid. The contract I signed was nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts. They would never get me. I'm a grown man now, a businessman. I understand what this is. They don't want grown, adult, educated men to
No,
negotiate with. They can't rape you.
yeah, that's right.
They can't rape you. They don't need you. Especially now they got these microwaves. These young artists are microwave dinners. You pop one in, he gets a little jingle going. If it don't work, throw them out. Pop the next one in. They don't care. It all sounds the same. They don't care.
Yeah.
It's brutal for these young dudes now. You know, I feel sorry for them.
Yeah. And I'm glad you're around to mentor these younger MCs. I'm sure like
I talk to everyone that will listen.
that's right.
I wait, and I don't talk to anyone who didn't ask. I
Yeah.
was told a long time ago, a man who does not seek knowledge doesn't want it.
Yeah. And
You
so
know,
they have to learn from you
you
OGs.
gotta ask me. You gotta be, yo, man, yo, what you think about? Then I'm more than willing to
Yeah.
sit down, school you on the whole thing, how this works, what to watch out for, what to, even down to how you present yourself at these meetings.
Oh wow.
I tell a dude, you go into a meeting, I don't care what you have to do. Your haircut better be super fresh. You don't need expensive clothes. If you wear a nice, clean white tee, and your sneakers better be fresh.
Yeah.
Okay? And he's like, why? Why? I'm like, because when you walk in that room, the first thing they do is look at your feet and look at how you groomed and look at what you're wearing. He said, you could knock 60,000 off the offer they was going to give you by looking like you need it.
Uh
You're there because you want a record deal. You want to do business, not you need a
damn.
record deal or you need to do. Because once they think you need, you'll take anything.
Well said.
Because you broke
Well
and
said.
they know you broke. Even if you broke, you better fake it. Don't let them know you broke and don't be too eager. First time, let me think about it. Let me talk. That's what I would tell them. Because once they see that weakness, oh, we was gonna give him 300,000. You see where he was dressed? He took that 125 and walked out of here so
He's
quick.
desperate. He's desperate. Yeah, I got oh man.
He's dirty. He's not clean. His sneakers are old and fucked up. And this is an important place. He can treat it like a job interview. If you want that job, you wouldn't walk in there. You got your tie on. You ain't getting a job in a dirty t-shirt.
Yeah.
No matter how qualified you are, it's about presentation. So I would tell him that's number one.
Yeah.
You
First
know,
impression.
and don't be like I'm gonna get my lawyer to read. No, your lawyer. You learn so you can read with the lawyer. You need a lawyer. But if the lawyer's crooked and works with them, most of them lawyers work.
For the for right. Right.
Most of them lawyers work at a record label.
Yeah.
So what do you think he gonna tell you? What do
Yeah.
you think he gonna tell you? He gonna be, oh, this is great, man. Yeah, sign. Yeah, you know, he
Yeah.
get a break from them for doing that, for lining you up.
Wow. Wow. Wise words for sure. And
So
so
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. So thank you too as a fan just for doing that for the younger generation. Just yeah,
yeah. I mean, we want to see them win, and
that's right. That's right.
there's a lot. Like I say, I always tell people as I talk about young artists being checked. There's a lot of dudes out here that are so dope,
Yeah.
so fire. You just got to know where to look, and that's the one good thing about having a streaming service.
Yeah.
If you get your shit on Instagram and it comes across my timeline, I could go right to it
Yeah.
and give you it and check you out. And if
Yeah.
it's something I like, then I'll save you in my thing. And now I'm listening. Now you got a fan listening. You're not making any money off of these streams or whatever, but we know where the money is. If your song get popular, you're getting shows.
Yeah.
Gotta be smart enough to own your own merch. Get some merch together to sell out there. You can do pretty well. You can make more money doing it by yourself if you focus than you will make with a record label.
Good point.
Because you're never getting another check. That's why they give these kids so much money up front now. It's a
Mm,
360 deal. So they'll give you 3 million, 4 million. You know, they'll give you, yeah, they'll give you 5 million to sign. That's the last money you're gonna see. Half of it's going to the government.
yeah,
So
taxes.
now your 5 million is 2.5 off rip. You're not even gonna see the check. That's just gone. They
Mm,
don't trust you. First time millionaires, they make sure they get their money first. You get $1 million, you go home with 600,000.
yeah,
They take the taxes, and then
you pay
but
for all.
then they'll let you fuck up the next one, so now they can get you in debt. But the first time they taking it. So then what you gotta do, you're gonna go spend, you gotta get the jewelry.
Yeah, the
So
recording.
they've come up with ways to make the more money these kids make, the more expensive things they got for you to buy.
Yeah, the recording
hundred thousand
sessions.
dollar chain. You didn't have $100 in your bank account last year, but now you got $100,000 chain on your neck that you can't wear nowhere, that you will get killed for it.
Yeah.
You can't wear it nowhere, nowhere except Beverly Hills or some shit.
Mm,
If somebody catch you with that jewelry on in these streets, you're dead. Look at PNB Rock, rest in peace. Got killed in California. He didn't know the rules. He thought he could actually walk into a Roscoe chicken spot
yeah.
with $300,000 over jewelry. Killed his ass.
Mm,
Took that shit off his neck. Took the chance. They got caught, but still, they will take a chance. You can change people's lives with the things you're wearing. So these record companies are fully aware of this.
yeah.
They have life insurance policies on these artists.
Oh man.
They expect you to die.
So the business side of it, just yeah, not fun at all for sure.
It's not. I
You
mean,
have to
but
be smart about it. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. If you do this yourself, you get up some momentum, you get a following. Even if you were signed, if like, imagine if I don't know how you feel about like guys like Drake.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, I know he just got the blood stomped out of him by Kendrick, but still, imagine if he
Yeah.
leaves this label
Yep.
and says, "Hey, people, I'm gonna sell my music direct." He'll make 10 times the money he's making.
Yeah. That's a good point.
10 times the money he's making. Any of these artists, 10. That's why they don't play with these artists. But I think they have a responsibility to do that after you get to a certain point. You're like, look what Prince did as
Yeah.
an artist. He stepped away from all of the guns and said, yo, you can do this yourself. Own your masters, own your work. He saw it coming.
Yeah.
He saw what was about to happen. And I'm speaking more to protect the integrity of this art. We got enough problems. We got AI rapping,
Yeah. That's crazy.
AI making beats and rapping, changing your voice. You can sound like it's only a matter of time. I think 4 or 5 years, maybe 5 years, there won't be any artists anymore.
Yeah.
There
No.
won't be none. There'll be computers making the songs, and there'll be characters of who the kids like. They're gonna go after the kids first. Remember, they always go after the kids.
Yeah.
They wait for us guys like me and you that love to age out
Yeah.
and die.
Yep.
Age out and die. That's how they change everything in this world. That's how they change religions, politics. That's how they change gods. You know how many different deities have been God in the history of man? But you got to get the people who believed in the last dude. You got to wait till they die to make this work with the new. As long as you get the kids, you can teach them whatever you want.
You can influence the younger minds easier. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're never going to get me to put a computer chip in my arm, but my grandson will.
Yeah.
When he gets old, they be like, yo, get the new, they be bragging, yo, I got the new chip, man. I buy my stuff. Beep. Also, they know everywhere you are. They don't think about that. It just,
Yeah.
but
No.
we would think about that. So they won't try it on us. They're waiting for us to die or become old where we don't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you think. You're in a nursing home now. You
Yeah. It's
care. Who's
like
listening to
hear
you?
that info anymore. That's the truth.
Right. So
Man,
it's a funny time, man, to be alive, but
a lot
you
of
know.
oh, and I appreciate the advice and consult, and that's why I love talking to all you OGs. Just so much
Yeah.
knowledge in your head, and so I I'm a fan first and foremost, and I love sharing the stories of amazing people like you.
Right, and you gotta reach. You got people that you reach that fuck with you and reach, and you get to share that too. So it's a conduit. It always was supposed to work this way. That's why it's like I don't have a pro. I talk to everybody. Anyone who interested or wants to talk about real hip hop that's true to the culture.
Yeah,
I'm there. I'm good. Let's talk. Chop it
yeah,
up, use it, send it around, spread the word, keep it moving. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I believe in that, you know, because we're fighting against all of us are fighting against the same machine.
yeah,
We need everybody to step up and do their part to get the information out there. Because we will always have a sub. One thing people need to realize: hip hop will never die.
that's right.
There will be a subculture of this forever because there's people like me who love it, who do it when there was no money.
That's right.
Right. And there will still be people that will still get together and do this when there's if there's no more money. So there will be a subculture, but as far as hip hop as we once knew it, the big stars and I think that's over.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think that's over.
very respectable. So thank you so much. And so
Thanks for having me, man.
yeah, I also love just love to close the interview out with just some fun, lighthearted questions.
Right. I
I
know you
love
asked me about Marvel. Yeah,
That's right. And so I
yeah.
know that you are a big Marvel Comics fan or just Marvel Universe fan in
Yeah, I'm
general.
gonna show you something.
And
I'm gonna show you something. I pulled these out. So this
oh
is crazy. What's on top, right? Yeah, all right. I got stacks. These are originals.
oh, Todd McFarlane,
That's
Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm a
that's
big
the
Todd
originals. This
McFarlane.
Wolverine and Spider-Man combo joint. I
Oh,
got
damn.
I got just about every X-Men ever printed. I got Spider-Mans. I just pulled this box out too because I gotta treat my comics better. But I have so many.
Oh,
Like
that's
it's
awesome.
ridiculous. I grew up on these. Like I was a comic book. I'm still at. I don't buy the comics as much. They're not the same, but the movies,
Cool.
I'm into it.
Who is Nine's favorite Marvel good guy?
Oh, damn, that's hard, man.
Yeah,
Because there's
that's
so
good.
many.
Yeah.
One of my favorite character. One of
One
my
of them.
favorite characters, Wolverine,
Yep. Hell yeah.
Spider Man,
Yep.
Captain America. I mean, I fuck with all of them. Iron Man. Like I fuck with all of the Avengers. But the X-Men is my favorite. The
Yeah.
group, the X-Men. All the members, Storm, X-Men, Nike, all the X-Men is my that was my go-to. That was my number one. Besides the only DC shit I fuck with Batman is my favorite superhero.
Well,
Period.
let me give you
Batman.
this then. Who is Nine's favorite Marvel bad guy?
Oh, Magneto
Oh, really?
and Doom. Magneto
Oh,
and
no
Doom
kidding.
because they both had a purpose. It
Yeah.
wasn't just I want money or I want to destroy the world. None of that. Magneto got a reason
Yeah.
and a purpose for what he's doing.
Okay.
Doom has a reason for why he's Doom. It's why,
Fair
you
enough.
know what I mean? He's not just out here because he wants to cause havoc or, tear shit up.
Yeah.
He's got a purpose. So I like villains like that. I,
Yeah.
I like, because they're
Equality for
villains, but
equality for the mutants, right? And he's
right
fine. He's fine the
when I went
system
to see
too.
Black Panther, I rooted for Killmonger. I was on Killmonger's side.
Okay. Oh, damn. Okay.
I
Yeah.
like what his point, his purpose was greater to me than what their purpose was. Of course, I rooted for, I love Black Panther, the whole thing, but it was like, I don't know, Killmonger kind of.
Uh,
Sometimes it'd be the villain, like Magneto. I'd be like, yo,
yeah.
if I was being hunted, my people being hunted and killed, I'd be on some Magneto shit. I would, Xavier's like, let's be friends. Like, nah, I'd be on some. If I could control metal, you have a problem with me. Right? You know what I'm saying?
I can
So,
see that. Well,
yeah.
if you could have your own superpower, what would Nine's superpower be?
Oh man, I'm fascinated by that regenerative healing that
Well,
dudes can do. adamantium skeleton. The whole Wolverine thing is just to me is
Oh,
just the best. Like it's you can't be beat, can't be stopped, can't be killed, can't really be hurt, can't be. You know what I mean? I
yeah.
don't like overpowered dudes. Like some dudes this is too much power. It's like
Hulk.
like Silver Surfer is one of my favorite. I'm pissed off they made it a girl. I'm sick. I ain't even go see the movie because of that.
And the new
I
Fantastic
gotta wait for it to
Four
come
movie,
out.
right?
Once, I mean, I know who she is. She in
Yeah.
the comics, she was the woman that he became Silver Surfer to save.
Yeah, yeah.
But to flip that and I'm like, come on, this is Silver Surfer right here. How you gonna do Silver Surfer like that? Like, I ain't really like Namor neither. Submariner, the character, that dude wasn't in shape enough for me. The actor that played in Black Panther, he played
Uh,
Namor, Submariner.
oh, right, right, right.
He
Was it
wasn't in shape. He was flabby. Namor is, you know what I mean? Come
like
on, man.
cut up?
It's hard for us people who love the comics at some of these movies because the story be altered. It's a little different. It's like that ain't what happened. Like even the
Oh,
Infinity Wars.
yeah. I think Namor didn't have like the long hair either, and the must.
Nah, he didn't have none of
Right,
that
right?
hair on his face.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, what is this shit? Even the greatest movie superhero was Avengers Infinity War and Endgame.
Okay,
Amazing.
that's the one.
But but it wasn't right. It wasn't done the way, I mean,
Oh, right, right.
X-Men wasn't in it. Fantastic Four. Everybody was in Infinity Wars. If you read the comics, the Infinity Wars in the
Right.
comics were to stop Thanos. It took everybody. It took the X-Men. It took everyone.
Yeah,
Fantastic Four, everyone. And you ain't have them in that movie, so it's kind of,
I could
you
see.
know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then they leave little clues because if you see Thanos had them three scars on his, Wolverine did that. In the comic, he scarred his face. But it's not explained in the movie. He's just there with these three scars. And I'm telling people at the movie, Wolverine. They're like, shut up, comic head. You know what I'm saying? They're
That's
like, we don't care, Mr. Comic Head. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I had no idea you were a big comic head. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, my only DC dude, I like Superman now. I fuck with Superman.
The
But
movie.
Batman to me,
Yeah,
Batman is that guy because he just
yeah,
with prep time, ain't it don't matter who you are. Like, I believe in that he prepares and trains himself to be able, he has no powers and he's able to hang with all of the, you know what I mean? So it's
yeah.
definitely, I respect Batman. I always fucked with Batman, you know what I mean?
Batman's the shit, and yeah, he's the man, definitely.
As long
Um,
as he got some time to think about it before he fights you, you got problems. I
yeah,
watched him beat the whole Justice League by himself. Put
yeah,
that nigga Green Lantern in a yellow room. He's like, try your ring now. That nigga was like, he beat the shit out of him in the next room.
yeah.
Put on the kryptonite ring because without the powers, Superman can't fuck with Batman. He can't fight like Batman, so he beat his ass too, just like the movie. He whipped his ass. You know what I'm saying? So I
Smart,
respect that. Fuck with
both.
Batman. Yeah,
Uh,
I fuck with Batman.
I agree. And he's the older guy, just like you said. Hey, this is the older dude, man. So,
Word, Batman been around forever. You know what I mean?
all right, here's my two final questions for you. What is Nine's favorite food to eat? What's his go-to meal?
Oh, seafood. No
Seafood. All
question.
right.
Seafood.
What type in particular?
Lobster, crab,
Okay.
salmon, but lobster and crab, yeah, that's my favorite.
All right.
I can live off that shit.
All right.
Especially crab meat. I can live off that shit.
You do it with rice or salad?
Salad.
Okay. All day.
Rice synthesizes in your stomach to sugar, and I'm on some health shit now.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't eat rice.
I feel
I'm,
you.
I'm one of them dudes that's on the health tip too. So
Good.
I work out too much to make my stomach get all crazy from eating rice. I
Good.
don't fuck with that.
Health is wealth, man.
I had a stroke. I had a stroke 2 years ago.
Oh, had no idea. Holy cow.
Yeah, I had a stroke, and I woke up, couldn't speak, couldn't move my arm. It was real scary. My blood pressure was through the roof, but I had stopped drinking in 2020
Yeah.
because I had saw the signs. I was starting to get dizzy and different little things were happening. So I thought I could do it myself. So
Okay.
I changed my diet, changed everything, but it wasn't enough. So after I had the stroke, I really stepped it up where I'm in the gym all the time. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink anything with sugar in it.
Wow. I'm
I
glad you're
don't, I
still
don't,
around, my
I
brother.
don't smoke. I smoke weed, but I don't smoke. I don't, I eat. I don't. I eat lamb is the only red meat
Okay.
or grass fed burgers. I don't eat any. I don't eat out. I don't eat McDonald's. That's just poison.
Wow. Yo,
McDonald's is poison. It's not even food. I don't know how people can still eat that shit.
good lesson for anybody in general. So thank you for sharing that.
Because that's a scary thing. I'm telling people having a stroke, losing the, and for me to lose the ability to speak would be worse than death.
Oh, right. Especially for a musician. Yeah.
So when I couldn't talk and and I'm in the ambulance and I'm trying to tell them they're like calm down, my blood pressure was through the roof, my cholesterol. So I was able to reverse all of that. High blood pressure runs in my family, so
Mm.
I take meds now, but I'm on a very low dosage of blood pressure meds because I take care of myself. So I advise everyone out there, especially men over 40, go to the doctors. I go every 3 months now.
Oh my gosh. Good
Go
advice.
to the doctors. You gotta know because you're just so many of my friends, so many artists, Bismarcky, that hurt. Like, these are people I came up with, and Guru, all health conditions that killed them. Fat Man Scoop
Yeah.
just fell out on stage and passed away. Like, that's just heartbreaking because you see these guys. I see them in my passings, and I can tell they're not healthy. I
Yeah.
can look at them, dark circles under the eyes and dark neck. I can tell your liver. I know what's going on, and it's hard to tell someone,
Yeah.
yo, you got to change. Can't drink. You can't because some people don't have the willpower to change. But I survived too much
Yeah.
in these streets and in this world to die from eating
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, great point.
So pass that on to everybody. Or go to the doctor.
Thank you for sharing that. Okay, with that, it was amazing. Here's my final question that I love to ask everybody. If you could have a meal with anyone, past or present, dead or alive, who would it be?
Bob Marley.
Ooh, I love it. And I saw the poster of him
Bob
behind
Marley.
you. Yeah,
See that right there?
that's right.
That's
I love
Bob. It's the only thing on my wall. I got another portrait out there in the hallway. I got shirt. Bob.
it. I love it.
He's his music since I was a child. When I first heard, my mother used to play his music all the time. And
Man,
No Woman, No Cry. All those records were
oh,
just like nothing else has ever made me feel like that.
Bob Marley did though.
His voice and the way he's singing, nothing else has ever. I was a super Prince fan, Earth, Wind and Fire fan. I think Prince was one of the greatest artists. Period. I
Yeah,
learned a lot from just watching him, just doing the opposite of what you're supposed to, and it doesn't matter the genre. It's like I love music.
yeah,
I don't just sit around all day listening to old Wu Tang records and stuff. Nah, I listen to music. I love music more. You know, all kinds of music. But Bob Marley.
hits.
Nothing like that, man. Nothing feels that one album. Nothing feels like that.
Amen.
You know.
Well, dang. Well, with that nine, it was amazing to speak to the man, the myth, the legend. Just some of the most classic
Thank you for having me,
hip
brother. I
hop.
enjoyed myself.
Yeah, and I just want you to know as a fan that your music has impacted my life too. I told you as a young kid, it shaped me and
Yeah,
excited me as a hip hop fan. And to me,
cool.
you were one of the standard creators of what good hip hop music should sound like.
Thank
Um,
you, my brother. I
Thank you for
appreciate that.
that. And I look forward to sharing this interview out. But with that, I would like to just leave the last few words with you. Is there anything that you want to say before we close this amazing
Yes,
lightning interview out?
it ain't over, people. I got the EP with Rusty Juice coming called Duos. My own album almost done. I'm rocking with Cool G Rap now. I'm on Cool G Rap's new album on a song produced by Alchemist. It's me and G
Oh,
Rap on that. I'm on
damn.
the Alchemist joint with G Rap, and me and him is clicking up. We're gonna be doing some things. He's on my album. I'm
Wow.
rocking with Funk Master Flex again, so you're gonna be seeing a lot more of me and
Oh my
seeing me out
God.
here again. We're about to make a full run like we're running for president again. Follow me on Instagram starting I say the first week of September, I'm gonna be dropping something called the Nine Series. Every Monday is a new freestyle. Every Monday with a visual attached to it. I'm getting ready to put my foot back out in the, you know what I mean? I've been quiet, I've been moving, but we've been building, getting my body right, getting everything, this approach, this next run correct, but it's gonna be something, man. So I just wanna let people know, we ain't going nowhere. But that G Rap, me and G Rap got a song, like I said, with Alchemist Production. It's fucking crazy. It's
Damn.
crazy. And we just linked up, same producer, the same producer that I work with now worked on his new album. And
Mhm.
also the producer I worked with, go check out that Master Killer album. He did that album as well, my producer. So, we making moves, man. But just stay tuned, people. And I promise I'm gonna do a lot better than a lot of these guys are doing because I'm hungry. I don't think there's a lot of hunger left. I think dudes do it just to do it. I'm doing it to prove a point. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I'm
Legend
trying to prove a
status in
point.
my books.
That
Yeah,
we can age with the music, mature with the music. You're gonna
that's
hear
right.
grown up shit from me. So stay
100%.
tuned, man. Follow me on Instagram though, and that's how you'll see everything.
Well, Nine, thank you. It was an honor again.
All
Thank you.
right, brother.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too, brother. Thanks for having me, man. You be safe out there.
Yes, sir.